Afternoon, ladies, it's me. As promised, I said I was going to do some tutorials on here. Forgive me, but I am utterly nervous. This is the first time I've ever recorded myself. I take lots of pictures of everybody else, but I really don't like videoing and taking pictures of myself. Yeah, just excuse me if I waffle on a bit too much. Because I am a bit nervous. Okay, so today I'm going to show you guys just what I do with my hair. When you see me most times, and my hair's curly, in the salon. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through what I do, and we can share some tips and tricks, and that's kind of it, really. So without waffling on again too much, I'm just gonna explain to you. So this morning I have washed and dried my hair. I've literally just blast dried it. I haven't actually smoothed it out or anything because I knew I was going to be doing this afternoon. But before I blast dried it, I used this, which is Redken 25 Benefits. It's called One United. It is a leave-in treatment. It is for all hair types, but it is amazing. There's no other word to describe it. It protects your hair from the heat, it softens it, it's got anti-frizz agents in it, it smooths your hair, it's got UVB ray protectors in it. It's amazing. So I just sprayed this in my hand when my hair was wet this morning and rubbed it through the mid-lengths and ends, and this bit up here where I don't have any extensions, I just worked that through this top section here as well, just because I knew I was going to be putting some heater styling tools on that one today. And then when it was dried, I just popped a bit of this in, which is really nice product. It's an anti-static oil by Redken called Frizz Dismiss. It just basically makes your hair feel really nice. Yeah, so I mean, you don't have to use those products. You can use any heat protector, but I would always recommend that you use a heat protector, especially with your hair extensions, because you want to get the most out of the hair. And the hair that I use and the hair I supply to you guys is amazing quality. So we really want to look after that hair. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to show you just how I curl my hair in the morning. And yeah, I'm not going to use a wand today or straightening irons. I'm going to use a tong, but I'm going to use this tong like I would a wand, mainly because I just prefer that kind of look rather than, I don't really like the Cinderella type curl. I much prefer a wave in my hair. So what I'm going to do, so from the top of my ears there, I am just going to section all of that back bit off, twist it up and pop it in a clip, and then I'm just going to separate hair straight down the middle. So I've got two. Now if you wanted a smaller curl, you could separate that one into two, and the same with the other side, or you could separate them into just three parts, but I just like a looser curl, so it's entirely up to you what you want to do. Bearing in mind as well that if you have got the bonded extensions in, or the tapes, that I would say just be really mindful as to where you're putting that heated styling tool in, because you really don't want to go too close to the bonds, just in case you melt them. So I'm just going to get my Denman brush and give it a little brush through, just to make it nice and smooth, and just to keep all those hairs intact, because I don't like any fluffy flyaway bits. Keeping a bit of tension on it as well, so you do need to hold it. Get my tong, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it at the back like that, and then I'm going to wrap the hair around, holding my hand up in the air and holding that end of my hair there just to secure it. Now generally I count to 20, seems a little bit OCD, but everybody who knows me would probably know I am a little bit OCD about things. But I'm not counting, so I might not get this right. But here we go. So I can kind of tell, you can kind of like touch it and feel if the heat's penetrating through it, but that's not bad. So that's the kind of curl that I want to achieve. I know that, you know, I like to, you know, I know that in like an hour or two it might drop a little bit, and I'm fine with that. I quite like it when it drops. So I'm just going to get the other side. I'm just going to hold the tongue at the back, wrap the hair from the front, wrap it around, and then just hold that end. And just be really mindful where the bonds are, and not to burn your fingers as well, because that really hurts. So what are you guys all up to today? Are we all enjoying some time at home? I'm bored and have been plucking up the courage to do this tutorial for you. There we go. So they're not perfect, but I quite like that. It kind of just makes it look a bit more tousled. Yeah, I quite like that. And then I'm just going to get the next section. So I go top of the ear again, but I go up to the crown. So I'm really basically doing the back bit more or less in 2 sections. You can do it any more. I wouldn't say any less, because that's just not really going to work. So that's pretty much, I'm going to do 3 there. And I generally just do it by feel. You can, so I'm not really being that neat about it. I don't really know which bit's which at the back of my head because I've not looked, but you can kind of see and separate. So because I've already curled hair underneath, you can see the hair that needs to be curled, because that'll be straighter, if that makes sense. And failing that, if you really need to make sure that you've got all of the hair curled, then I can recommend just using a smaller mirror and stand with a big mirror to your back, and then you'll be able to just pick out the bits. But generally I just grab that, pick all the curly bits out, and there's the straighter bits. So you can just separate it. But I try not to get too wound up about it. Practice does make perfect, and I just think, well, as long as the curl's going in the right direction and you're not burning yourself and you're not burning your bonds and all of the hair's curled, then you're definitely winning. Like that. And then on this side, so that's probably all going to go in one. Trying to do this tutorial as quick as I possibly can for you guys, but you're kind of getting the gist. Like I say, I think you know, and if there's a bit there that's stuck out, and I'm fine with that, because I just find it looks a bit more natural looking. And then I take it out of the clip. So you've only got these 2 sides to do now. And I mean, some of you have a lot more thicker hair than me. My hair is quite fine. But I just find as long as you've got the actual wand or tongue going in the right direction, it's fine. I think if I was using a fatter wand or tongue, then obviously I'd be having to hold it on a lot longer, and I'd definitely wouldn't be getting a curl as tight as even that. And then I'm just gonna separate this one into 2, just because when you get to this top of your head, it's actually wider than this part here. But really don't need to be uniform about it, and really don't stress about doing it either. There's really no need. I know I have, and if you leave a little bit out, that's like that bit there, that's straight. Once it's got like that, it's quite nice, you know. And I find that if you've got a few little straight bits in there, that's okay too, because I find it, especially if you've got highlights, it makes your colour pop more, which is quite nice, and just makes it look a bit more edgy. I like the edgy look. And then just this side. So I don't know if you noticed what I did on the other side. So I've separated that into 2 parts. So that part I've just clipped up, and then there's this part underneath. Oh, I've just grabbed a bit there, and it has got some curl in that, but I'm not that fussed about that, because that's fine, that'll just go in. And I'm definitely not doing this as neat as I normally do. I'm trying to just be quite quick for you guys. And then, so this bit again, so I'm just going to separate that into two. And then back off the face. Always keep the curl going back off the face as well. Never bring the curl onto the face. I just think it looks nicer. And I find that if you have your hair curled and it's on your face, your hair just falls forward. And I like to have my hair off my face anyway because it drives me bonkers if I don't. So that is pretty much it. But I know that this bit here, there is a bit of curl in there. But I know I haven't touched my actual top bit of my own hair. So just by feel, I'm just going to get all that. And I know there's a bit of curl in there, but like I said, I'm not really that bothered. I'm just going to go over it. I don't normally keep the tongs or the wand on my natural hair very long anyway, just because obviously I'm trying to grow that top layer down. So if you're putting loads of heat on it, then over a period of time, and that's it. And then you can have a pull it through. I quite like it when it looks a bit more fluffy, so I like to like brush it through a little bit just so it doesn't look so Goldilocks kind of thing. Bit of static, lovely, just what you need, and there we are. And if I just had some makeup on now, I would just look completely normal. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to email me or give me a call if there's anything or you're not quite understanding. I'm quite happy to go through any of your hair woes at the moment, as I've got enough time on my hands. You've all got my number and my email address. You can even message me on Instagram or Facebook, whatever you want to do, guys. But have a lovely evening. Go and get yourself a glass of Prosecco. You're probably going to need it after that video. And I'll see you all soon.